Staked her down to the ground, put up a ridge line, sort of strung the tarp through it, just playing around a little bit. Tied a prusik knot, put it over here, pull that tight. That's kind of at the end of the bed. This is not going to be as warm as I originally thought it might be, but we're getting there. Now to finish off this portion so it doesn't slide down, I'm going to let through there and through there. We will dress that up a little bit. There. Now we'll take an end, pull it through there, just tie a couple overhand knots, pull her tight, and that more or less is about all I can do there. I got to admit, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but it is more or less coming together. Now, for a survival shelter, you generally want, like, the smaller an area, the easier it is to heat. But I'm going to have a nice big fire here, so it really shouldn't be all that big a deal. Shouldn't, but I mean, don't quote me on that, because obviously all my ideas are not gold. So, I mean, silver, maybe. I mean, this isn't turning out all that bad. But not gold. Actually, just, whoop. Okay, maybe not. Whatever. No, because when I lay down on that, that's going to stretch it out, and I might just ruin it. Then I will be cold. Alright. About that much. How did that not work out? Yeah, that was smart. Alright. You guys see me way over here? Probably not. Oh, it looks like it. So, no, you actually couldn't. So we'll turn you there. We'll zoom her in a little bit so you guys can see a little better. This. I want it to stay fairly tight. Not a lot of air going left. Oh, it's over here now. Okay. I just might maybe a bit of a hope that does not get in my way. I think it might be somewhat necessary to put this here. I'm definitely going to need to be buying some more paracord after this little venture. Which is totally fine. And it's not like I can't afford at least a bit of paracord once in a while. All in all. Which actually now might be a good time while I'm doing this to possibly respond to a couple of comments that, like, for the most part, yeah, I would take it as sort of constructive criticism. If maybe a little bit, I don't know, over boisterous, maybe, like, not necessarily mean or rude, but kind of bordering on that. So one guy, I think, actually, you know, I'm not even mentioning names or, you know, kind of whatever, and I don't even know the guy, girl, whatever. One person said something along the lines of, this guy really needs a teleprompter. I know I stumble over my words a lot, and that back over so you guys can actually be part of this. There we are. I know I kind of stumble over my words a fair bit and maybe him and haw quite a bit here and there. Or maybe stop and think about what it is I'm trying to say a little too long. The fact of the matter is, I'm not a planner. I don't memorize lines. I don't set things up in advance. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I don't plan it out. I try to make it, you know, as fluid as possible. Because Murphy's Law was pretty much written for me. I swear. I have really horrible luck. Oh, put a hole in it. This is the really, really cheap one. These are dirt cheap. Well, that didn't go as planned. Speaking of, So I don't necessarily even know what I'm going to say moment to moment. A teleprompter would mean that I would have to plan everything ahead of time. I would have to plan for all eventualities, and you know, actually, this ain't Bear Grylls, man. You know, it's not. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna trip over stuff. I'm gonna make mistakes, and I'm gonna take my time saying what I'm saying. It might be annoying for some of you, but all in all, it keeps me honest. And I think that's more important than knowing exactly what I'm going to say before I come into the woods. Number 2. This is going back a while. The guy's been silenced off of my channel, so he can't comment anymore. And I looked at his channel, and the guy has practically no content at all. But he said that I talk too much, and that everybody should go over to his channel, where you can have real, proper videos without all the talkative, you know, jibber jabber. And the guy had like practically no videos of his own, like at all, on his channel. What he had was some stuff from other people. So, I mean, not even constructive criticism, not even anything like that. I mean, the guy was just being a jerk. So, know that comments are welcome. Constructive criticism is more than welcome. But if you just come on to, you know, act like a dickweed, then you're going to be silenced. That's, you know, we don't need that kind of people on our community at Wolf in the Wilds. We don't. So, here's one that this one's actually recent. And honestly, I didn't even really take it as, you know, even personal or anything. And I mean, they do have a point, but one of my more long-term subscribers was a little put off by it. They said, get a windscreen for your microphone. It's really annoying. Oh no, please get a windscreen. It's really annoying. And I agree. I totally agree. And I wish I could. Fact of the matter is, this is a Sony Handycam. All of my cameras are Sony Handycams. I can't put a windscreen on it that I'm aware of. Someday I'd like to have a better camera to film on and you know, have like all that cool new toys and whatever. But at present I have 289 subscribers. I'm a very small channel. I make no money from YouTube. And to be honest with you, if I ever get to the point where I'm big enough that I can monetize, I'm not even sure if I will. I don't even know if I want to. It's a dangerous game you're playing when you monetize YouTube these days, because you don't know today what's going to bother somebody tomorrow. And everybody is just so up in arms about being offended over every little thing. It's it's a little bit out of control. You know, I mean, I could put something up today and it'll be fine for a year or two, and then all of a sudden that's offensive and you're getting, you know, removed or blacklisted or demonetized or whatever it is that's happening. Something bad happens to you. Well, I'm in real trouble, guys. I just burned through my second battery out of 3, and it is 11:33 a.m. I've been here 2 hours. I got 22 left. This is not good. So I'm trying to charge a battery in the other camera with the portable charger battery pack, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to work. It's telling me AC adapter is recommended, so I don't know. But that accentuates my point exactly. I'm using like this cheaper gear with very little actual money. You know, I don't get paid for this. I do it for the enjoyment. I do it for you guys. I do it for me. I don't do it for money. I do it because I like it. I like doing it. And to be perfectly honest, the minute that changes, I'm probably not going to do it anymore. So, for somebody to, you know, to say, oh, you really have to, you know, upgrade your camera equipment or whatever, well, yeah, that's constructive criticism. But if it was meant to be, you know, hey, your stuff is garbage and you really suck, well, okay, sure. Your opinion. Plenty other channels with way better equipment than I have. Go there. I do the best that I can with what I have. And lastly, no, it's gone. It was about a year ago. Somebody come on and wow, were they being just completely rude, totally ignorant. Their comments basically got deleted and they got shut down. I blocked them from commenting at all. Just a troll, and it doesn't even matter who it was, what they said, nothing. What matters is you're welcome to comment here, but if you're trolling or intentionally being, you know, a jerk, I'll shut you down. I think for the most part, I think we have like some good people here. We've got a good little community starting up. It's almost like it's becoming a little family, and that's the way it's going to stay. No matter how big I get, we're going to be one big happy family as far as I'm concerned. So, okay, conserve battery power from here on out. Just, you know, updates and whatnot. So from right now, firewood. I need a lot of firewood to get through the night, or I'm not having a good night. Shelter's up. This is not exactly what I had planned, but it's... In order to do what I had planned, I think I need more paracord, and I need to modify things a little bit more. Smaller tripod, bigger tripod, I don't know. Probably smaller. All right, firewood time. Good news. The charger's working. I should be able to get through with a little more video and, you know, kind of whatever. So I'm happy about that. Man, the cold just plays havoc on batteries. But, can you guys... Okay, I can't see color without these glasses. I'm colorblind. And I can't see, like, the camera lens very well, like, with the glasses on. And, I mean, to be honest, on a digital screen, I can't see color with the glasses at all anyway. They don't work that way. But, can you guys see, like, my shelter back there? Like, maybe I'll move out of the way. Like, is that visible or what? And that is exactly the point of the get lost bag. If I get lost, I want to draw as much attention to myself as possible. And I mean, that's visible from a long way off, I'm pretty sure. And the silver side can be a reflective surface with a couple of poles and, you know, kind of whatever. Very easily be a reflective surface to get people's attention. So I think that works out great. Something else. How bad is it that the cheap, crummy space blanket is like 1.5 feet, 2 feet bigger than the more expensive one? And I wanted to put 2 of the expensive ones in there, and it's just, it's kind of small. I think I need bigger. I might have to look other than SOL. I might have to look at, you know, something else and see what I can't find. Or failing that, buy a couple of them and, I don't know, sort of heat seal them together somehow, make my own. Maybe. That's a possibility, I think. So, but yeah, we're still doing firewood. So, dead standing. This was chopped down previously. I just sawed this down. But as I was pushing the tree over to take it over to camp, I realized I wonder, that's a big piece of hardwood. This is cherry wood. And, if I get there we go. If I get a really good established fire going, I can plop that in. And oh yeah, that'll burn a good long time. There we are. Man, this is dense. This is gonna burn for a while. Yeah. Holy jumpers. Whew. So far, and I haven't been doing this that long, but so far, all of the dead standing has been cherry. Now this is gonna burn a good long time. Like I'll get a good long burn time out of all of these. Man, is it dense. And there's that wind everybody likes to complain about, or some people. And while I was doing all of this, it was no wind at all. It wasn't until I decided to turn on the camera. So, but now, there we go again. As I was saying about this cherry wood, how hard and dense it is, I've come close to snapping this blade a couple of times, trying to cut through it. And I mean, as long as you're careful, it's okay. It powers through. Oh, but I'm not used to such a small saw. I tend to, I don't know, lose track, I guess. Oh, but Wow, this stuff is just... It's so hard to cut through. Ah, you know what? I'm not going to bother. It'll get a nice coal bed going, I'll tell you that. And it'll burn a good long time. But I gotta find some softwood if I can to sort of establish a fire a little easier. You don't need it, but it does help. And if I can get some of that, get the fire established, then start putting this cherry on, oh, it'll be a nice night. I won't have to wake up every hour or so. I'll maybe wake up every 2 hours or so. But despite the fact that, you know, everything's Hunter Orange and the whole idea of this kit is to draw attention to myself, I want to keep a fairly low fire so that I don't draw too much attention to myself. Not necessarily for any particular reason other than I want to film and I want to do, you know, my thing. I don't want to talk to people right now, you know. I want to talk to you guys. I want to do my thing. So, more firewood. Lots more firewood. Break time. As far as I'm concerned. All right, what do we got here? 12:28. Oh, so I started just a little before 8 o'clock. I got here a little after 9. I started building the shelter just before 9:30. It's almost 12:30 now. So if and this is a big if I had started building a natural shelter and I had absolute optimum conditions where everything that I needed was at hand, very close by, without having to look for it, anything like that, I might just possibly be finishing my survival shelter. So far, I have my raised bed, a roof over my head, and enough firewood to get it started, get a coal base going, and maybe first couple of hours. I need a lot more firewood. A lot more. But I also have about 6 hours of daylight to do that. So I'm not doing too bad. Oh, I needed water. Oh. So thirsty. So this has been in the Get Lost bag for about a year. This is a Champion pepperoni stick. Made in Canada. I don't actually see any expiration date or stamp or, you know, anything like that. So It's still good. What in the world are those? Okay, by the time I get the camera like picked up and turned around and focused and zoomed in, they're going to be long gone. But two birds, water birds, just kind of floated down the river. They look like northern loons, but they're like light gray and mid gray. Weird. Well, I think they were gray and mid gray. I mean, without my glasses on, they could have been pink. I don't know. But I think they were gray. Oh. I've been going solid for 4.5 hours. It feels nice to sit back for a little bit. Whew. Now, the SOL blanket that's behind me here is definitely going to be replaced. The wind picked up a little bit. It wasn't even that strong. And where I had it staked down, it blew the rivets right out. Or grommets? Grommets, I think. Yeah. So, kind of, and like not even a strong wind. I mean, you know, that was a little ridiculous. So, definitely getting replaced. I have refastened this back tarp 2-3 times now. It's it's iffy. If the wind picks up real bad, this was a bad idea. But I guess we'll see. Also, the two compactor bags that I had on here, they were really starting to stretch out, and you know, just they're looking pretty sketchy. So I took apart the one side. I cut and put the third contractor bag on, and I put it back up. As I was doing so, a splinter of wood slid up my fingernail and just rode right underneath into the nerve kind of thing, like almost to where it bends. Did not feel good. So yeah, that's been my day so far. I don't know. If I had more paracord, I would definitely do something better with this. But unfortunately, I crammed all I could into that bucket. All I absolutely could. And this just, not working out the way I had planned at all. Not one bit. Whew. I'm not even covered, even. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll play around a little bit more. We'll see. So, what am I doing wrong here? Well, a couple of things. First of all, I'm in too much of a hurry to get this done. I'm being impatient for a couple of reasons. One, because, well, the sooner I get this done, the sooner I can maybe sit down and relax and, you know, have something to eat and play more than work. And that is definitely not what I should be focusing on. Secondly, and probably more importantly, I am grossly overestimating the effectiveness of my gear. Which I should not do, ever. I honestly really did think that the SOL blankets were decent. I thought they were a lot better than that. If I did a review, geez, I can't even remember exactly when now, but I did my nephew Kane and I went for a hike, and we brought along, I can't remember which one now, but at least one of them. We brought along one of them. And it seemed to do okay. Honestly, it seemed to be just fine. Really, yeah, it really wasn't. It's falling apart on me. The way that I crafted this thing, honestly, I should probably be ashamed of myself. But I was kind of, you know, racing to get it done, more or less so I could say, look how much faster and better this is than a natural shelter. And I should not have done that. Okay. So now, because of my impatience and my, I guess, you know, my want to kind of impress everybody, now I'm redoing it. Because, well, I was being kind of foolish. Honestly, something else I should probably do is replace this pole. But I wandered around a little bit, and straight poles, it seems, in this area are so hard to come by. And I don't want to just, you know, randomly be running around cutting down live trees. you know, willy-nilly. I don't really want to... I don't want to be that destructive to the area. Leave me a little extra if I need to be planted. Stop moving around. I do not want to fall down on firewood in the middle of the night. Okay, now let's try to do this the way I should have done it. In the first place. Now I put the poles on the inside, which allows the tripods to spread out just that much more. Hopefully, that's going to give me maybe a little bit more of an overhead. But oh, good, I'm gonna have enough. Oh, maybe I'm not. Remember, paracord will stretch. Come on. Yeah, see, I cut this to fit because I was so low on paracord. Better than nothing. All right. Now the other aspect of this that's I don't know, not too good at this point. I'm kind of, I don't know, feeling it. It's my arms are kind of getting tired, basically. All the lugging and the firewood and the, you know, just everything that I've been doing. I need a bit of a break, but I don't want to be caught without a shelter. When it's cold and nighttime. Especially on video, because, you know, I mean, I am pretty honest with you guys, so I would totally film that. I would have me, you know, sitting here all cold and miserable and talking about what a moron I am. Okay. I don't really know how well this is even going to work, but Okay. Now we need one of these little ones here. Seriously? Okay. Just getting just getting a little tired. My hands are kind of, I don't know, getting fatigued. All that type of tomfoolery that happens to you when you're starting to get old. So I'm not sure if a lot of you know this or not, but I'm fast approaching 50. I'm almost 47. Oh. Guess I just never was all that good at paying attention to detail, huh? Okay, that needs to be there. That now it's not really going to be long enough. I'm going to have to stretch that. Come on, man. Give an old guy a break. Oh. 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 There we go. Oh, look what happened to me without my pals. Oop. Oh. Now, try this again. Nope. That's really not going to work. Oh. Now I'm improvising. Any little idea I can muster up to make this work. I didn't do it right the first time. I'll get some of this boring stuff out of the way and get back to you guys very shortly. Back to the original dilemma. And that is, when I first started building this shelter, I was having a lot of difficulty finding ridgepole poles that were straight enough to be useful to. And honestly, I wish I could say that it was all based on a conservationist standpoint. You know, that I didn't want to cut down that many live trees because there should have been a ridgepole in the front, another one in the back kind of level, and then another one in the back halfway down, and then the tarps would all connect to that. And in that case, I definitely have enough paracord to do everything I had to do. But I was having a hard time finding ridgepoles that were straight that I could use. That I kind of told myself, you know what? You don't need to cut down that many trees anyway. You got plenty of paracord. Well, no, I don't. No, I don't. Had I have done the ridgepole thing in the first place, I wouldn't be having this issue with paracord, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess, you know, live and learn, I suppose. Don't be so lazy. Do what you got to do it right. And then you'll only have to do it once. Why is that jam knot not jamming? Okay, so I cut all these pieces real short for pressing nuts, and now they're no good to me. How's this for kind of crazy? This one is almost big enough that that's all I would need. Now I got holes in it I got tape all over it. I had to put the grommets into it. I had to tape it up and put the grommets in and whatever to make it actually usable. So when the other one hit the store, I thought it's thicker, it's higher quality, it seems to be reinforced. You know, it's obviously a superior product. I need to get that. And well, it's shorter. It's supposed to be the same size. This is a 1 to 2 person, and so is that. It's supposed to be the same size. It's shorter, it's smaller. It's falling apart. It's ripping. Not one grommet that I put in with Gorilla Tape and then the grommet, not one has come out. My problem is that, you know, this thing's flimsy and it gets holes in it easily. It stretches out and, you know, it's weak. But it's not falling apart. Oh! Yeah, that'll work just fine. That'll still be okay. Except I'm actually putting it on upside down because those are the longer ones for the stakes. And I got a bunch of little short cords, so might as well use them, right? Get out of here. There. Okay. I think we're back in the game. Oh. I'll tell you. I am. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. Another MacGyver moment brought to you by Wolf in the Wilds. Another piece of this. So that will slip off. We're going to have to just tie it to that. That's... Wait a second. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Okay. Now, I really should have a ridge pull on the back because it's pulling this this cord in. So definitely should have done that right. I think it'll be okay from here on in. I need to make some more stakes. But all in all, I know better. I should have went far and wide and found enough ridge poles that were long enough and straight enough to be able to put this thing together properly the first time, because I know that when I look for shortcuts, I always end up suffering in the end. But, well, you know, being kind of lazy and doing that whole, you know, oh no, I'm going to be the environmentally friendly guy. That isn't going to do that. Which is good, don't get me wrong. But in a survival situation, you can't afford to be, you know, the conservationist. You can't afford to do things twice. You can't afford to overestimate the quality of your gear. You can't afford to be lazy. And honestly, that's the time to start paying attention to detail. Because not paying attention to detail is likely what landed you in the situation in the first place. So, I should have known better.